So neuroinflammation is a slightly complex. When we say neuroinflammation, what we are referring particularly from the imaging point of view, it's how microglial activation is behaving in the brain rather than the other cytokines and various other things. What we have shown now, as well as what we have shown before, is microglial activation may have a slightly beneficial effect very early on in the disease trajectory. However, later on in the disease, microglial activation could be deleterious. So that's what we have shown now. Pretty much as microglial activation increases, there is increased neuronal damage and changes in the DTI measurements as well. That's a bit more challenging because compared to the amyloid and tau as a marker, the microglial activation is a bit more difficult to detect. And so far, the traces haven't been that great as for that instance. Looking at the amyloid imaging traces, the microglial traces are much more difficult to manufacture, interpret the data. So I wouldn't say it is going to be a marker to predict the disease as it has been for the amyloid markers. But there is room to work on how we can produce better traces actually to look at the inflammation.